Hello and welcome back to Bluebird Lane Creations. My name's Tiffany and it's time to get creative. So we are back here at Sample Book Sunday. I'm going to go over that here in just a minute. But before we start, I did want to let you know and remind folks maybe that haven't done it yet, I do have a giveaway that I launched yesterday. It's going to be ongoing until I hit 1,000 subscribers. So I'm just a little over 800. It's been happening really fast. I expect it'll be a week, maybe two at the most. Fingers crossed. And once I hit that 1,000 mark, then that giveaway will take place. So if you're interested in the details of that, the video was put out on February 19th, and I'll be running that for a little bit. So go ahead and look for that after this video if you'd like. I'll try to link it at the end of this video for you to reference as well. So yeah, we're headed into almost 1,000 subscribers. We're just a couple hundred short, or well, just about 180 short. And I have been so blessed. I've met amazing friends that'll probably be my lifelong friends, and I am meeting new people daily, having interactions and talking back and forth in our comments and such. I encourage you guys just to dive in as deep as you want. Join Facebook groups, have crafty swaps, do whatever you enjoy most about crafting. And I just thank you guys so much for being here on this journey with me. I wanted to also thank some newcomers to the channel, Jen Jacobs, Kara Mia's Corner, 8-cent stamp Heather Winner. Those are some of my recent subscribers. I can't, I don't have time for every single mention, but I want to mention a few each time and tell you guys all that I'm grateful and thankful and blessed that you're here. So we are here on Sample Book Sunday. If you don't know what that is yet, you might want to go back to video 1 in that playlist where we made this accordion pocket with a pass-through, so this can go out either side. That was kind of the start of this. These are just my these are things maybe that I either gleaned inspiration off of somewhere or completely thought of on my own and had not seen it somewhere before. And I want to have a recording of that somewhere that I can reference back to and see what I've been doing. Maybe I'll use these in other projects, but this is just a reference book for myself. This is not going anywhere. It does not have a specific theme or anything, but I am trying to maintain as much of this book as possible while giving you guys content of things that I'm experiencing creatively and getting those in a permanent location. So this was a really popular one. I didn't realize just something so simple could catch so many eyes. I think this was that week I jumped like 200 subscribers, so that was super fun. I'm going backwards to, where's the image? This one here, this pretty little lady, Hark the Nightingale. And we are going to be working on this page today. But for now, I'm just going to set this aside, and we're going to be doing some die cutting. So I'm just going to set my book over to the side here. I'm going to be using my Sizzix circles dies. These are just nested circles, and I'm trying to think what let me get my ruler here and tell you what the largest one is. Let's see. So the largest circle is going to cut approximately 4 1/4. The smallest circle in this set is about 1 1/4. So they're decent size. Gives you so many options. This was from my card making, but I am going to try to translate some of this stuff over to junk journaling because I don't want it to go to waste. For me, this would end up being something that I would have to give away or sell, or I need to utilize what's in my crafty space, or it's not worth taking up space in here for. So with that being said, I also want to talk about these papers. My friend Angela, she's my crafty pen pal and one of the best crafty folks I could have ever got matched up with. Angela at To Restore You. I will link her Etsy shop and her channel information in the description of this video. She had sent me 3 little clips of different papers that she was just gifting me in one of our boxes together. We do crafty exchanges, and I have one due to her that I've been working on slowly. But anyway, this was in her last box to me. And this is called Blue Bayou. It has 5 digitals and 5 elements. So you've got this one with these strips. They're different widths, almost like a faux washi tape. This one has some tags and little ephemera pieces that you can tuck into pockets. There's this, it looks like it's an envelope or some sort of, you can see the fold lines here. So I like how she did that, because you could really use this as a collaged piece and not even cut this particular project out, because at first I didn't even notice that those were there until you look, and then you see like the perforated lines where you would fold on and the cut lines that are solid to make these little fold up envelopes or paper. Some stamps on here. Here are some corner pieces. So these are triangles to either create a pocket in a corner or put them back to back and create a project. A number of options for these. She referenced this as side pockets. And then we have a couple, let's see, that one. Let me try to find the other one. That one, and that one. Okay. So we have these 4 that are collaged pieces. So you could really do anything with these. These are just like when you create your own master board. You could tear these up and add them to a master board just to bring in a little bit of these colors. Used, if you just wanted this element, just, you could fussy cut these things out. And then she's got 2 pages in here that are, they've got the middle split so that you can easily put that in a journal. So I'm going to set most of this aside, but I am keeping what I'm going to be using today are some of these collaged papers. I'm going to be cutting some circles out, and we're going to create an interesting pocket. So I'm just trying to look and see what elements I want to grab. And I'm going to start with a large circle. Now, when I stack these, I'm not going to see all of this image. So I'm kind of looking, I want to position this for myself. I'm positioning where the edge might grab some of the most color. So I'm going to be cutting these down. Now she gifted me these pages, so if I want more, I'm going to purchase them. So I'm going to do some work with this today and see how this goes. Okay, I think I can cut right here, and this is going to be perfect. Now, since I'm cutting circles, I don't have to worry about a square cut right now. And yeah, that'll be good. So that's going to be my large circle. And I think I'm going to go down 2 sizes. Let me just think here. If I go 3, maybe I'm going to go 3 sizes. Okay, we'll go to the 3rd one, and then we'll have, so that one, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay, and then we'll take this. So I'm just counting. So I had the outside one, and then I'm skipping 2. I've got that. Then I'm skipping 2, and I'm going to take this one. So those are the 3 we're going to work with today. And I think I'm going to save this brighter blue for a different project. So I'm going to set that aside, and we're going to focus on what we have here. So let me first cut the big one, and then we'll come back to these other 2. I have my, oh, bumping my lighting. I have my, it's either my camera or my light. I bump something every time. One of these days I'll get used to my crafty space, but not today apparently. Okay, I'm going to bring out my die cutting machine. Now, if you don't have a die cutting machine, just grab something that is a circle and trace it and cut it out. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. And if you don't like the shape of your circle, it didn't turn out right, put some lace around the edge, or put, you know, some elements like an edge of a doily, or I have like this this paper ribbon that I found in an estate sale, something like this, and just put it around the edges, just something to hide, you know, imperfections. There's no mistakes in crafting. There's only embellishment opportunities. I heard that somewhere. I can't remember where, or I would totally give them credit because they're absolutely right. So I'm not going to worry about taping this down because it's not super important to me if it moves a little. As long as it doesn't move off my edge here, we're good. And I'm just going to kind of hold that in place and send this through. This is my Spellbinders Platinum 6. I have had a Big Shot, this Platinum 6. I have a Platinum, which is the 9-inch, and I've got the little Sidekick Sizzix. So I've got a few die cutting machines just from card making time. So it's kind of nice to have that variety, but any die cutting machine will get you going. Okay, so we've got that circle, and I wonder, let's see, can I take my other size and maybe, I don't really want words on there, so I'm just trying to look here to see. I don't know that I'll be able to avoid either the edge. Okay, I'm gonna just save that one for my scraps there. Let's see. Let's go to this one. Let's get, what do I want? Let's just get this little space there, and then we'll cut the medium one. All right. That's good. You don't even realize it, but that was like a light shade of blue. I didn't realize it till I put it next to the other blue. So that's really cool how she used so many layers of different colors of blue, because it's going to go with so much. Okay, there's my big circle. There's my little circle. And what do I want to do with my medium circle? Let's see. Now the bottom can be hidden, so maybe I just want to grab some of this kind of beige color, send that through and see what that looks like. Now this is not necessarily an original idea of mine. I definitely saw something. It was a pocket. It was a pocket like this, and it had arches as the pockets. So instead of straight lines across, it was arched. And it gave me the idea of like a circular corner pocket is what I'm going for here. So we will see what I can come up with. And let me just get this all set aside with as little noise as possible. And don't bump my camera or my lighting. All right. Now I'm going to set the rest of these papers aside with that. I'm kind of a clean as I go. I have probably one of the most tidy crafting spaces. I'll show you guys on a video one day, but anyway, I like to work with clean space. Okay, so I'm just looking here how I'm going to do this. And I maybe, if I could go back, I'd probably have done the pockets that were a little closer together, but I want to see what this looks like. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my glue and I'm going to glue the middle one on first. And I'm going to go in an L shape here because I am going to be cutting this anyway. My glue is always clogged when I start. Maybe I need a longer little pin, I don't know. All right, let's just get this cleaned out. Tell it we're ready to rock and roll here. Okay, let's look at this one more time. Okay. So I'm going to go down like that and over like that. And then I'm just going to stick this guy on here. And it's okay. I don't know exactly where the glue is, and that's okay. When I get ready to cut this, I am going to, when I get ready to cut this, I can, because they're going to be straight lines, I can always put it back together. And I think instead of putting this one all the way to here, because I want more of it to show, I'm going to just get the outside edge here, and then I'm going to move it up just a hair from where it was going to be. I think right about there. Get my words somewhat straight to the other words. All right. Now, we can do this one of two ways. You can use scissors, certainly. You could, you know, use your ruler and an X-Acto knife. I'm going to try to just use my trimmer here. If I have to put this back together, I want to be able to have a straight line. So my edge, I'm just kind of feeling out where that's at. See if I can get that F to be on there. All right, and then I'm going to also cut it this way. All right, let's see what is stuck together and what needs some assistance. And I think, I'm looking at this, and I think I want to take this down just another little bit here. So I'm going to flip it back this way. And I'm going to get my straight line there. So I am going to take some of the words off, and that's okay. I was just looking to preserve some of it, but it doesn't have to. Yeah, that's looking more proportionate to me. And I'm just going to check. Yeah, this is definitely going to need some glue. So I'm just going to go in on the edges here and glue down what I need to. So I'm just going to take my glue and glue up and get that piece. And on this side, the same thing. Just closing my edges. And I'm guesstimating about where that's at. This is the best way I know how to do this. I'm sure that there's a number of ways you could achieve the same look here. This is just easiest for me. You know, I probably don't work the same as everybody else. I march to the beat of my own drum. And I think we all should, because you should really enjoy what you're doing. And, you know, if I find easier ways, I'll try it. And if it works for me, I keep it. And if it doesn't, I move along to the next thing. So, all right. Let me get my pin back in my glue here. Set that aside. I'll probably, that one, okay. Yeah, we probably can't save a lot of that, but let's look at our page. I got this really cool book weight that's definitely helping keep the book open. So what I'm thinking is that it would just go something like that, and have a couple options for kind of embellishing this. Just seeing where that's going to line up. So I think, you know, I mean, I would have liked to gone a little bit bigger on this. You know, ultimately this turned out smaller than I think I was looking for. And I'm looking around, like I probably have something here where I can create, you know, the next size circle if I really wanted to. I mean, even, look, I have this little like chalice looking thing that I keep my little clips in, and I could definitely utilize the circle on the bottom because it's bigger than this is, you know. Just look around your space and see what you have that makes it work. I brought out some of my messy feathers. These things get everywhere, but I can't help myself. I love feathers. They get everywhere. Look, they're flying off as we speak. So if you don't like messy feathers, pick something else because they truly get everywhere. It's like gold foiling. It's, you know, it's going to happen. So I'm just looking at where I'm going to put this. I might be putting the feathers in or under. I think I'm going to put them under. Find another one for the other side. Just looking for some that are in good shape. They're not all winners, but they'll have different purposes in their little lives for my crafting space. I think the reason I had these is I made some Christmas ornaments and I used these feathers as angel wings on, and it turned out so good. This one's kind of curved and I like that. So we might use a good deal of this one. Oh boy, I have feathers floating everywhere in here. They're just, it's like I just plucked a chicken or something. Oh boy. Okay, when you're a clean neat freak like me, the feathers going everywhere is super fun. Okay, what if I'm gonna curve these to kind of just give the illusion. I think that's how I'm gonna be doing this. Okay, I've got to get rid of the extra feathers so I know what I actually have here. Yeah, I'm liking that. And then I can even put something over the top when we're done. But what I'm going to do is I want those feathers to stay right where they are. I'm going to pull out my Fabri-Tac. And I haven't used this in a couple days, so it's probably clogged too. Let's just make sure the top's clear. Now I'm just going to hold these down and I'm going to kind of tack them into place where they're sitting. Doesn't matter if I get any glue on the, and these are fairly flat, so it's not going to make a tremendous bulk to your book or, you know, to gluing down your pocket either, which is nice. So I'm just tacking the feathers in place. And then I'm getting feathers in my sugar bell cap. Okay, so now that the feathers are kind of in place, what I'm going to do, and I think I'm also just going to go ahead and use Fabri-Tac on this as well. Normally I use my art glitter glue, but because there is going to be the feathers and some texture there, I just want to make sure that this gets put down really well. And I am gluing the entire back piece down. My pockets will just be the two in the front. If I didn't have the feathers underneath, I probably would have left it with like a third pocket, but in this case, this is how it's going to work out. And I'm just making sure I get good coverage with my glue. I'm going to put a little bit more around this outer edge to make sure that that gets glued down. Okay. The feathers also are going to make it to where if you've not perfectly lined up, it's not going to be that noticeable. So I'm just kind of pushing down, especially where the main, I don't know what this is called, like the main vein here of the feather is, because it is the thickest part. And I want to make sure some of my feathers are hanging down here. I'm just kind of bending that page around that. I really want the glue to grab and stick. So, all right. Now, let's see. Since I didn't get to keep my words here, I could find something small. Let's see what I have at hand here. Just trying to think like what I have nearby. I'm just grabbing a little stack of Tim Holtz. I don't know if I have anything with these colors in it in this stack. That's too big. Let's see. I think that's a little too big also. Oh, there's another circle. Just trying to look here to see if we've got anything small. You know what's funny is small bits of cutouts and such are the hardest for me to keep on hand and let's see, and to, you know, find when I want it. So I just find it to be a little bit of a struggle at times. So I'm just looking through all of my stuff real quick to see, I think, something I can do. Where did my little box? I have some little snips of stuff, little, you know, some of this I just haven't put away yet, but let's see. I might just put a little tiny piece of lace at the bottom here. We'll just make a tiny little cluster on top of this. Okay, maybe a piece of, let's see if we've got like a cool book page or something. Let's see, I've got some little book page of the book that this, I've got some like table of contents here. I wonder if we can just get, this paper tears super easy, so I think if I can just get like a little piece of this to go there too. And then we just need one doodad, one tit and bit, one little bits and bobs, whatever it's called, we need one. Just the right something. Let me think. Maybe we need like a number or a word. I've got a little, excuse my reach here. I've got a little number and word box of all these little goodies. I should have my numbers and words separated, would be awesome, because you know, if you're looking for a particular something. What about just, here's a little like that, and then no, I don't like the red with the blue. Just when I think I'm done, I need more. I feel like I need something with a different shape than okay, we're using that. That'll bring in the black from around her. Pull it down. Let me just, I am going to use my walnut stain and get the white core that's at the edge here. I'm just going to darken that up. You could probably use any color, black soot, the vintage photo, any of that would work. I'm also going to do that to our other pieces here, just for consistency and keep them all looking like they were meant to be together. And maybe even our little torn book page, and give that a little extra zhuzhing, a little pizzazz. Okay. And I'm just going to go ahead and stick with our Fabri-Tac and make this happen. All right. Get our book page done here. And I'm just going to put down a little spot there where I know that there's going to be items on top of it that can stick to that. And we'll just go ahead. This guy's going to stick without any extra glue. Get my little Fabri-Tac strings. And then we've got this guy. All right, so the things I'm already noticing that I wish I had done differently. Let's talk about those, because oftentimes I make mistakes or, you know, think my work's not as good as others. And we are all our own worst critics. Probably put some of these pieces in here. So first I would have definitely I would have started with a bigger circle. Now I didn't have a bigger circle, but like I said, I could have created one with the things around me. Another thing that I might have done is I would have liked to ink the edges on these. Some of you guys were watching like, no, you know, as I'm putting the glue on, it's like slow motion and you guys are screaming at me, telling me, don't forget to distress the edges. You know, I do this kind of stuff when I'm watching other people too, but it's a little harder when you're on this side of the camera. And truly, I don't mind. It's all a learning and growing experience, and you know, so I really don't mind too much. So I'm just going to find a couple of these little bits just to kind of put in and highlight our pocket. You know, I probably will go back and pick some. Oh, you know what I have? Okay, I'm just going to set these aside. I have some of these that I got from Tattered Paper and Lace. She had sent me, let me see, are these them or? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that these are them. Oh boy, now I'm thinking, what did I do with the ones from her? I'm looking for something specific here, and I always think I'm so organized, and then I look for something and it's not where I think it should be, but it's probably right where I put it, and I don't know where that is at this moment. Okay. About 5 more seconds and we are done looking, and we're just gonna, okay, we're just gonna go with our original plan here, and we'll just put some of these in for now. Sorry about that, you guys. I was hoping to find it. She had given me some magazine, like old time magazine cutouts, and they had more of the white in them, and I had been waiting for something that had like that kind of white color to really accentuate, but I'll find them and put them in. Probably best that I save, you know, those really cool things that other people sent me for like a project that's not just to look at here, but maybe to like send other people. Let's see, a couple more pieces for in here. Oh, that looks good. Maybe one more. We need one more for that other pocket there. So definitely. Let's see what I have in. I have more Tim Holtz stuff sitting here. See, if I had made a third pocket, something big like that would be perfect. What's this? Is that too big? Yeah, probably a little bit. All right, next time I will have to be more prepared. Oh, a cotillion party. That's perfect for her. She definitely would be a cotillion girl. Okay, let's just get that in there. Perfect. Yeah, that's going to be great. Just going to stagger those out that way. I'm going to tuck my postage stamp in just a tad more. Perfect. And there we are. Just a fun little circular corner pocket with a little flare. Just to soften up the edges. When you've got an image like this, you know, the stark contrast, something like this can really soften that up, and it gives you lots of layers and texture. We added some texture even more so with that lace, and it's going to be pretty flat. Like I mean, there's a little bit there, but as long as you're putting things in different parts of your book, it should all work out. We're removing pages as we go. So I like it. I think that turned out pretty good. It's not the most magical of things. Like, you know, it's probably not going to get as much attention as this page did. But with this picture behind it, I didn't want to take too much away from this. So short of going all the way around it, this was great. And you could even do, like, what if you did one at this corner and then you made a small one with just two and did it, you know, the other direction, or something coming in from each angle. So many options. This was just, I had never done circular corner pockets, and I wanted to try that out. So now we have an example of that in our book. All right, you guys, well, I want to thank you so much for joining me. I am curious, I'm going to put the link again to Angela's Blue Bayou kit in the description of this video. But leave me a comment and let me know. I'm curious who your guys' favorite Etsy shop for digitals are. Drop me a link and I'd like to check them out. You know, I'm always on the look. Since junk journaling is fairly new to me and I always did card making, you know, digitals weren't the way to go. We always bought stamps and dies and whatnot. So I am curious where you guys go to shop for your digitals so that I can see what's out there, and maybe I'll be using something that you suggest on a future video. All right, you guys. Well, I thank you so much for joining me. You guys have a great night. Don't forget to go sign up for the giveaway. Go check it out. I'll link it at the end of this video. And I'd appreciate it if you guys subscribe and like and leave me a comment. Thank you so much.